I had a weird idea. Okay. Thanks, Kay. Now, because of that, I thought of Great Khali versus Raquel Rodriguez.
Back
Battle
versus
of the
back.
Back versus back.
And speaking of which, Dave Meltzer gave her match with Rhea Ripley 1.75
Yeah,
stars.
that's nonsense. That's delusional.
What?
I agree. That
That is
was
delusional.
That's like offensive.
And I'm pretty sure what's it called? He gave like
Dave
Becky
Meltzer
and
is at it
Trish.
again, baby.
I think he gave like Becky and Trish like a 4 out of
yeah,
5.
yeah, he did. He gave her
No.
like a 4. Yeah.
I normally like I normally don't find his star ratings that far off.
I usually agree with him.
Yeah.
He was off. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like
He was
I
off
can
by 3 stars.
understand, like, and I think he gave like LA Knight and Miz like 2 or 2.25, and
Well, that I agree with.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Like 2.5.
I don't. I think it was fine. I think it was good.
You're not saying it's a 4 out of 5 match.
No, I'm not saying it's a 4.
Okay, because then
I'm saying
I
it's
think
like
I
a
might have to put
3
you
or
in the line
3.5
timeout.
at best.
I have to
But
put you in a timeout.
but the
Because
thing
that-
is,
there's
I'm
no way
pretty
that was a
sure he
4.
gave like Ray in Theory 3.5 or like almost 4. I'm like, no.
I agree with that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
3.5.
okay.
Yeah.
3,
It
yeah.
was alright, but I feel like it was like, I don't
But like
know.
Rhea
supposed to be
and
your boy.
Raquel was good.
Yeah, Rhea and
Wait a second.
Rodriguez.
Wait a second. Whoa. Ray's supposed to be your boy. You're supposed to go, yeah,
He
you know
is,
what?
but I
Ray
knew
was
he
supposed
was
to get a
winning.
4 out of 5 rating.
It's
Top
nothing
quality
against
match.
Ray. It's
Ray,
only
Ray's not our boy.
Theory.
Dominic's our boy.
Ray's my boy, and Dominic's my
Dominic's my
boy.
boy.
They're both my boys.
All right, it's nothing against Ray. It's everything against
Here
Austin
it
Theory.
comes.
Yeah, it's Austin
He's
Theory, right?
tiring on the objective here.
It's
Unbelievable.
everything against Austin Theory.
Right.
Yeah, Austin Theory was just kind of boring, and everyone knew Ray was winning, so I was like, okay, that's arguably like, oh, okay, mid, but like even then, that was like not that bad. Everyone is like treating Becky and Trish like an amazing match, and like some other people are even like agreeing with Michael Cole that like it's a contender for match of the year. I'm like, no.
What?
Trish was arguably the worst match of the night.
Does Michael Cole only watch WWE, do you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, Becky and Trish, that was the best match that like they
Probably
had
only allowed
in
to
the
watch
entire
WWE.
feud, including
Yeah.
the one with Zoe and Becky. But like,
But that wasn't like a high bar to cross
yeah,
over, you know?
like it was still mid.
Yeah.
Like the only reason it was good was because it was the only reason it was good because it was a steel cage match. If that was a normal match, it would be like so trash. It's like the only good part of it is that's why we got those spots and everything.
There was a really good superplex from Becky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the
That
one
was
good.
the highlight of the match.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
good part of the match.
I remember we were all talking, and Kay was watching the match, and she was like, "I'm sorry, but that right there pulled me away and got all my attention.
Yeah.
I'm not
And,
even
like,
involved in this conversation.
I think also
because
when we
that right there pulled my
when
attention away from
when Trish nearly killed herself with that fall from the top of the cage. She landed like right on her neck, and like even Zoe like turning on her was like more exciting than that. And
Yeah.
and like people were like, and like a lot of people I'm talking to were like saying that, oh, Raquel and Rio was like mid. It was like not that good. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's
It was a good
It
match.
was a different style women's match than people are used to seeing.
Exactly.
Like it was like a technical brawler style match, and that's not what people expect from women in wrestling.
Yeah,
But I think it was awesome.
Yeah, I liked it.
it was better than Becky Trish.
Oh yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
You know what's the greatest match of the whole entire weekend that we're not talking about? Shane Taylor versus Samoa Joe.
Oh my
No.
god.
I don't know
No.
why we're not talking
No.
about 5 out of 5 meat on meat quality we saw last Sunday. That's really the most disheartening about all this conversation.
I think the kids say mid. I think is what they say.
Dylan, I'm sorry. I found Miro and Hobbs more entertaining than
Dave Meltzer gave Miro and Hobbs 4.25 stars.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what I
this
don't know.
This guy, I'm pretty sure,
weekend?
gave Luchasaurus a 5-star match when he won the TNT title from Wardlow on that Collision. That was a 5-star match, according to Meltzer.
Are you serious?
I am 100% dead serious.
I didn't see that. Wow.
And I'm like, this guy gave Luchasaurus over a bunch of WWE legends. What's it called? 5 stars. Like, there are some WWE like Hall of Famers and legends. Like, he never gave a 5-star like match ever. To.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. No, his ratings, you can't. Yeah.
I feel like I saw Luchasaurus have better matches with Jungle Boy.
Generally, I agree with his ratings. I do generally, but sometimes he's off, and he was off on Payback. He was off. I'll tell you that. I don't know what he was doing. We feel like we were watching 2 different shows. So
listen. Shane Taylor and Samoa Joe
was
oh my God, it's Shane Taylor already.
Right? And then the main course of the meaty men mash and meat was Hobbs and Miro. All right, that right there was our whole meat ass weekend last Sunday. All right.
How can you talk about a meat weekend and not talk about the Dark Order with the little meat man?
Listen, he's a little pepperoni compared to the rest of that butcher box right there. All right, that we saw. All right.
Yeah. A little pepperoni. I mean, the Dark Order are looking to stack back up. Did you see that? They're looking to recruit new members.
Really?
Yeah, they had a promo on what the hell was it?
Rampage.
Rampage, yeah. On Rampage 2 weeks ago.
We're catching up on Rampage.
Yeah, we're catching up on Rampage.
We missed some Rampages.
But they had a promo about how they're, pissed off and they're, fighting the way they want to now, and they're looking to recruit some new members. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is,
I want them to join forces with the Righteous. That is what I want more than anything in the world.
Yeah, I don't know if I see it, to be honest. But speaking of which, I wouldn't mind seeing the Righteous confront the Acclaim tomorrow.
Oh, that'd be really cool. Yeah.
See the Righteous versus the Acclaim.
I just need Dutch to stop doing that weird, gross tongue thing that he does. It's just so nasty.
Oh, pretty deadly.
Yeah,
are they coming back?
You guys
Elton is still in a wheelchair and a cast, but what's it called? They do be on TV. We did see him.
Enough.
Yeah, he's watching TV in his wheelchair. There he is.
There he is.
He's bravely watching television.
He looks so much like Legolas. That's like all I can think of when I see him.
Oh.
Pretty deadly or pretty good in the ring, but they get kind of like the anti-homo heat. I don't like that. It's not a good thing.
I don't know.
A lot of people are booing them because that's they're 2 effeminate men together. And that's why a lot of people boo them. I mean,
yeah, you wouldn't see that in AEW.
Right? Yeah, exactly. AEW would not have the 2 effeminate men together.
I never thought that was why we booed them. I thought people booed them because
he's a face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not getting booed because he's effeminate.
No, but I thought they were booed because 1, they're heels, 2, They're jerks.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Pretty Deadly are like kind of jerks.
Yeah, no, they're jerks. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why we're like. I always presume that's why people boo them because they're.
I mean, they get heat that way too, but I'm saying I think some of the heat is like anti-gay heat.
Yeah, I think
you
that's
know?
why they have that gimmick is to get that heat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
That's what I'm
easy,
saying.
it's
Like you
cheap
see
heat.
that in WWE, but you wouldn't see that in AEW.
Yeah. I mean, WWE does that over. I mean, they've done that quite a bit throughout the years. You know.
Like Adrian Adonis.
Yeah. Adrian Adonis, Billy and Chuck.
Yeah, but
So,
Adrian Adonis was a talent right there.
Yeah.
That was a talent right there. He fucked himself over by doing all those fucking drugs. He could have been in a different level if he stopped
Yeah,
doing that shit.
Yeah, that's true. It's weird. If you talk to wrestlers of that era, a lot of them will say he was one of the best, Adrian Adonis.
Absolutely. There's
That was a good episode of
Dark Side of the Ring.
Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah,
Yeah.
that show's sad, man.
Yes.
Sometimes it's sad. Sometimes it's funny. My favorite episode is the Brawl for All because it's not sad. It's just funny.
Yeah. That's my favorite because of how much Vince Russo and Jim Cornette hate each other.
Yeah.
It just like makes that episode so good.
Well, think about Vince Russo is in 2 episodes of Dark Side of the Ring because of how much he fucked up wrestling.
Yeah.
2 different episodes, and they didn't even do an episode about David Arquette.
Wait, what's the other one he's on? Brawl for All and what?
Brawl for All and the Bash at the Beach 2000 when he talked shit about Hulk Hogan and got sued. The Jeff Jarrett laid down for Hogan.
I still like not knowing that story, like the full story. I can't believe that was the plan. You know, like every time you had mentioned it, I always thought Jeff Jarrett did it as like an FU to Hogan. I didn't realize that was the intention going into the ring from both parties, that was going to happen. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's dumb. Vince Russo started a podcast today, called The Black and White Show. It's him and Stevie Ray from Harlem Heat, where they talk about racial issues.
An absolute genius. Geniuses. The two biggest banana heads combined together to make a show.
I'm gonna listen to that, man.
I'm not even gonna waste my time. I don't listen.
I have to listen to it.
I can't listen.
Oh my
to
god!
Vince
Apparently,
Russo
Mike Rome.
talk about race.
Hold up, Soup Profits.
What's Bobby Lashley gonna do?
Soup Profits.
He's going to bring out the Street Profits, is what's going to happen.
I hope fucking 3 anvils fall from the ceiling.
3? Why 3? Why are we killing Bobby too?
I was listening.
He's by association.
Do you guys remember when Sami Zayn started the Bobby's Sisters chant in England when he was having a feud with Bobby Lashley? And it was like the crowd in their British accents going like, Bobby's Sisters, and then clap, 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 clap. That's all I hear in my head every time I see Bobby Lashley, and it's been like that for like 3 years.
So
That's funny.
Like tweeners, to be honest.
Ace is a big hater of the Street Profits. I don't know why.
Oh my
There
God.
they are. The guys.
It's because they're annoying, and they hosted the show throughout the pandemic.
Oh no, I listened to the podcast episode. I know the reason.
Yeah.
I still don't
Look at
understand
Bobby's eyebrows. Did you see that?
What?
Those are tattooed eyebrows. Bobby Lashley's eyebrows. They showed like the side of his face up close.
He can't grow hair. He has alopecia. He
Really?
can't grow hair. Yeah.
So he got them tattooed on.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, either tattooed or they're drawn or.
I assumed he was just shaving his head.
No, he has alopecia. He has no hair on his whole body.
That's more common, I think, than people realize, or at least than I
We're
realize.
going to hear Vince Russo talk about that
Yeah.
probably on one of the episodes.
I saw Bobby Lashley the other day, and he has that alopecia.
Yeah. That's all. I can't wait till he becomes a
Is that
TikTok.
your
dude.
Vince
That's
Russo?
what Vince Russo, yeah.
Whoa.
My
It's
gosh.
almost as bad as that Long Island accent. You have.
He's got that alopecia.
He is like, he entertains me constantly with his terrible accent impersonations. Like, he does a Philadelphia one that is just
No,
awful.
no.
He's like,
No.
Philadelphia.
One day you're gonna have to like quietly record him doing the accents and send me the video so we can do a montage
I will happily do that.
as an intro
Whoa.
for the show one day, and it'll just be me and you will know, and he'll be like, oh, wow,
No,
wait,
they
what
are
on is
not
Dylan's
going to
TV?
break up the
Wait, what the hell?
OC.
How did they get all of that shit? Like, just like a minute compilation of Asa doing all state accents as best as he
Is he
can.
leaving the OC? Sorry to interrupt you, Dylan. Is he
No,
leaving
I
the OC or?
I don't know, cause like AJ was like yelling at Anderson and Gallows, so like, and like, what's it called? Smacked the phone out of Anderson's hand. So like,
I'm
I'm
gonna be honest,
worried.
I'm not a big Anderson Gallows fan. Like, I liked Gallows when he was in the Straight Edge Society, but like the two of them together as the Good Brothers, so boring.
I like him, but like,
I don't agree. I like it
feel
when
like
the
they need
Undertaker
to
threw them
stay
off the fucking
together.
roof.
The thing is, I feel like they need to stick together, cause like
Well,
without
that's because
AJ,
they're so boring without AJ Styles.
well,
Like, he's what makes them interesting.
well, I mean, they were okay with like Balor, but like that like one time, but yeah, they need like someone like Balor or AJ or
Someone with a personality, because they don't have one.
I mean, I don't know.
Hey,
Gallows
listen,
and
again,
Describe
shots
them as
fired.
people. What characteristics
fired.
would you use? It's like describing like wallpaper paste.
no, I mean Gallows is funny. I think Anderson.
Rookie.
Anderson, I don't know. Maybe they do an Anderson and AJ feud ish mini feud more like because that can't really be an actual feud. I really don't know.
I feel like drop them because they're dead weight and bring people up from NXT to replace them. Because it seems like there are some NXT people that are ready that are just like waiting in the wings and keeping people who
Like,
don't
yeah,
have it.
it's weird because like Anderson and Gallows both have the talent, but
To do what CM Punk does.
shut up, Dylan. Just shut up.
Yeah.
You got it.
I mean, what? They can form their own union at WWE.
No, like
for
seriously,
getting
Anderson
I
and
mean,
Gallows are
these-
both.
You can reform the Straight Edge Society.
Oh my god.
I think that would be great. Are you kidding me? The jobbers come out once a week on SmackDown to talk about the Straight Edge Society, kind of like how they did. What was it? What's the old one from the '90s with Steven Richards? And then they had the Dogfather become Clean Cut and a Man of God.
Right to Censor.
Right to Censor. They can form the new Right to Censor in the WWE with the Straight Edge Society. Yeah, it'd be great. They have jobber matches every week. It'd be great. I would tune it.
I went to a Raw one time. Me and a buddy went to a Raw, Monday Night Raw, dressed as Right to Censor.
Oh, that's great.
And we were telling people they were going to hell and this and that. Like we cosplayed and totally told people they were going to hell. And we saw these guys dressed as pimps.
Oh,
And we had like a fake wrestling match in the concourse of the Greensboro Coliseum with these
That's
two strangers. And my buddy snuck in a flask. He had a genius idea. He had a sign, but he had it on a wooden stake. And then he had his flask in his pocket. So he had a sign. He knew they'd confiscate the wooden stake. So
Right.
they went around the metal detector, made him take the wood off the sign, and he never went through the metal detector, and they never caught the flask on him. And his plan was genius. And he snuck his flask into the show, and we got drunk as shit.
Oh, so
Anyway,
Anyway,
I
That's
mean,
great.
I've
don't
been
drink. It's bad.
yeah, yeah.
Take it from
That's
me.
why.
It's
All right,
bad.
don't do it.
Hence
Yeah,
why
don't do it.
Let me do it. Don't you guys do
the
it.
thing
No,
is,
I don't do it anymore. Don't
oh,
do
they're
it.
showing Cena's promo at Spectacle. Interesting. Um, what was I
Stop it.
saying? Right. Next week, Grayson Waller effect with Cena. Awesome. Okay. So I'm pretty sure Anderson and Gallows had like a good run when they were just a tag team together, like without AJ. But like, I don't
but you're not positive because they're forgettable.
remember. It was like years ago. LA Knight versus The Miz next week. Great. That's fine. No, I'm down with seeing out more LA Knight. 2 weeks away. Asuka versus Io for the title. Interesting.
We're
2 weeks
getting LA Knight and The Miz again.
next
Mhm.
week.
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
I know.
Because they just had a match like
What a-
on a
what a-
pay-per-view.
A cycle that never ends, apparently. Io and Asuka.
I like that mask Asuka has.
All right, I'm gonna need subtitles. I'm sorry, not to be mean, but I don't know what the fuck you just said. Oh, there you go.
That's like the best her English has sounded. Did you hear that?
I love her.
I love her too. But did you hear how much her English has improved?
No.
I could
No.
understand like
We were
everything she was saying
trying
except
to-
the Japanese
we were
part.
trying to figure out the subtitles for what she was trying to say in the
Oh,
beginning.
No, I did not hear how her English has improved.
I thought that was
No.
good. She was enunciating well. Like I think that was the best that she's done. Is it the main
This is
event
it.
already?
Yeah, it is.
It's 9:34.
We're going at 30 minutes or 26 minutes.
20, and then maybe we'll get like 6
Oh.
minutes of exciting bloodline.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
So Jimmy is back in the bloodline with Roman. Is that what's happening?
Wow. So Jimmy's back on the bloodline. That is the dumbest.
I mean, that's what this is
Dumbest
implying,
thing.
right? Like he's with them again.
I guess, yeah.
That's stupid.
Heyman said he'll bring the family back together, so yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I might have to buy this. I bought Cyberpunk 2077 when it first came out for PS5. I was very excited.
Yeah, that game looks cool.
Played 2 hours and the game crashed and was never able to regain my save again.
Oh,
So I never got to play it.
that's
So
sucks.
they finally like did a bunch of patches and a whole bunch of like other stuff and whatnot, and then finally they were like, it's better on Xbox, it's better on PC. It wasn't so good for PlayStation. So I was like, all right. So now that I have an Xbox, I'm not going to buy it now. It's most likely that and Red Dead bundle I'm buying myself for Christmas as a little Christmas
Okay.
present to myself, because those are two series that I would like to play like entirely and stuff. So
Red Dead 2 is awesome.
Red
Yeah.
Dead 1 was also awesome.
That's true.
Look how good this is looking. Yeah, professional.
Knock it off. Now,
Hmm.
knock it off. I'm serious. Knock it off.
And then
No.
another one.
I moved over
This
here.
is very too much pasta.
Currently,
Why?
you stop doing this.
Any reason?
Big
Am I
baby.
talking to you?
Yes.
Big baby. Yeah, big baby. Big baby. Big baby. Big baby. Moved all my shit over here to do the watch along. So that way Bailey doesn't bark and scream and bitch all night long. And all night long, that's all she's done. Like, what the fuck? You know, like, I can't win with this damn dog.
Oh,
We can't hear her. At least I haven't.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, enough. Enough. Oh.
who's winning, Jimmy or AJ?
What?
Jimmy.
Who's winning the main event?
I think Jimmy.
I think it's going to be Jimmy. I'd prefer AJ. I'd prefer AJ.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's the potato chip one and the Reese's Puff one.
My serve. Maybe we should stop. Despite what pickleball champ stops for no one. We got our melons checked. She had a concussion. Admitting I was wrong is worse than losing at pickleball. Saving your brain is a definite win. Don't mess with your melon. If you hit it, get it checked.
What the fuck kind of
Are
commercial
you
was
seeing this? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. What the fuck? Concussion awareness
commercial, right?
with melons playing pickleball.
Like old people melon.
Old people melons
Is there
playing
a
pickleball.
high pickleball concussion occurrence?
Yeah, I guess.
That was weird.
I thought the
Getting
point of
too antsy
pickleball
with the
was to like
pickleball.
slow.
Look at this now. That's Sugar Ray Leonard? Oh, my phone's about to die.
He's like me. I don't charge my phone unless it's like at 1%. Sometimes like it'll die, and then I'll try to like call somebody, and I'll be like, "Hey Siri, blah 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 blah," and then I don't hear anything back or talk back to me, and I'm like, "Is my phone on?" And then I'll try to tap it.
I usually keep mine pretty charged, except like sometimes if I forget to plug it in before we start a watch along, then it's gonna starts dying quickly. He's in his hair.
Mm-hmm. So when after the show, so like we're gonna test, right? So like I'm broadcasting on YouTube, and then what else has to happen? What else has to go on?
So the way we're doing things right now is the way that we're going to do the stream for tomorrow. Okay. What you're doing with Streamlabs OBS is if you know for sure you want to record the whole entire television show, and pick out parts from the television show for reaction moments, then that's why we're hooking up all of that stuff.
Okay.
If you know, like we don't have to, or whatever the case is, where you're like, I don't want to do that anymore, then all you're doing is you're going to sign yourself into Restream, just like you do if I was going to add you, right? And then if you see where you all are in the lobby, I guess you can't because you guys are on your phone, but there's a bunch of us on the side of the computer screen, and that's called the lobby. There above the top person, which you would be because you're the host, says invite guests. You'll click that, you'll copy the link, and then you on Twitter will just copy and paste that link and send it to me like I send them to you. And then I click on it, and then I go into the lobby, and then you just add me on. And then on the top right, I know there's a lot of information. On the top
It's a lot
right,
of stuff.
yeah, now on the top right, where it says, where all your destinations and stuff is, you're going to press live. There'll be a 3, 2, 1. It'll say go. You'll see live on the top left. And then that's when you know that you're on YouTube and all of that good stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna have to write
It's
that
a lot
down
of steps.
step by step. I'm gonna have to write that down.
Yeah. No, I know.
We can do it fast. I don't want. I don't want to make it take forever. I know you don't want it to take forever either.
Don't worry about it. I'm here for you.
Apologies for suddenly going. My dad was not feeling good. I had to help him out a bit, and we prayed together. And
What the hell are you saying?
my dad was just feeling bad, so I
Is
just
he okay?
his blood pressure went up.
Oh. That's not good.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. It's just I had to pray with him just now, and
Hmm? AJ is looking very Jesus-like these days.
Yeah, I would say the same.
Do you think that's on purpose? Do you think he wants to look like Jesus?
Probably not. I think he just likes the look.
Yeah,
He likes to look like a country musician.
he definitely looks like a country musician there.
Like put a truck behind him and a dog next to him and a guitar in his hands, and he's got a music video.
Yep. Nothing against AJ. He's great. I love him, but that is all true.
I mean, it's not an insult, really. There's nothing wrong with looking like a country musician.
No, yeah. So tomorrow, Halloween Havoc, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Steel Cage,
I'm excited.
Mr. T.
I'm excited that you're excited. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man. Oh yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Halloween Havoc.
Have you started work yet?
No, long story short, they thought they sent me an email that they didn't send me like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
So they sent it to me today, and hopefully things are going to move now, and hopefully I'll start like next week.
Monday. Yeah.
So I
Okay.
hope so. I had to do
I was gonna
some.
say
I
you did all
had
that
to do
work.
some training when you. Yeah, I had to do some training earlier tonight, and supposedly that's the last thing I had to do, and now I can work. So
I was gonna say you studied for weeks for that
yeah,
damn
dude.
test. You passed the damn test, and they're
Yep.
like, "Oh, we're gonna wait 2 more weeks." Actually, like
It's been a little bit. Yeah,
You gotta start practicing your typing speed.
that's true. Oh, that's true.
You start transcribing the wrestling shows.
Yeah.
Or we can start watching House. We can transcribe House.
Oh, great show.
Yeah, such
I
a
love
good
that
show.
show.
Great
Yeah,
show.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch House and like practice typing, trying to
So
spell
when
the shit right.
when I stepped away, I saw Asuka having some like small promo thing.
Hmm.
Did she just like accept Io's challenge basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
This burger's my inspiration. I just hope to inspire you. Oh, you have inspired us.
Mhm.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if you all saw that Wendy's commercial for that nacho cheeseburger.
That's gross.
So good. It was so good. The chicken
Wait, you
one
ate one?
and the burger one, so good.
Oh, it's good.
So good. But no, I had a salad today. I had
Good for you.
yeah,
What kind of salad?
Southwest Caesar salad from Panera.
Nice.
Yeah, had a lot of avocado in there, a lot of lettuce, a lot
Mhm.
of green, and it wasn't just the avocado.
Yeah, I like avocado and salad.
Yeah.
What else we got for tomorrow? We got the Nasty Boys versus Terry Funk, God rest his soul, and Bunkhouse Buck. We got
Bunkhouse Buck.
Bunkhouse Buck. One of the
I
best
hope that's the
names.
first match. I hope that's the first match. Please.
That's before the main event. Right before the main event.
Oh, Jim. All right.
We got Big Van Vader versus the Guardian Angel, who used to be the Big Boss Man.
He went by the
Right. He had to
Guardian
change his name.
Angel?
Right.
Yeah, changing it. We got Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Steve Austin for the U.S. title.
Now, Steve Austin bald, Steve Austin with golden locks.
Steve Austin with golden
Yeah,
locks.
golden lock.
The golden lock Austin.
Technical wrestler Steve Austin.
Right. Before the neck injury with Owen.
Exactly. Dustin Rhodes versus Arn Anderson.
That's a good one.
Dave Sullivan versus Kevin Sullivan. Oh no.
Yeah, that one I might have to go to the bathroom for.
Yeah.
Was that his brother? That's like that.
His
Also
brother
thought he
is
was like fake Hulk Hogan.
mentally deficient and is a huge Hulk Hogan fan. Yes,
Okay, yeah.
right.
Did I impress you that I remember that?
Yes.
I remember that gimmick. I remember that gimmick. Yeah.
We got Marcus Alexander Bagwell and the Patriot versus Paul Orndorff and Paul Roma for the tag titles.
Wait, is Marcus Alexander Bagwell related? Oh, that is
Buck Bagwell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we got Johnny B. Bad versus the Honky Tonk Man for the TV title.
Johnny B. Bad.
Yep.
Now, I've never seen him wrestle before.
He's
I've
pretty
heard
good.
of him. Yeah, I've heard of him, but I've never seen him wrestle before. Honky Tonk I've seen. I've seen clips. I've seen highlights and stuff. But Johnny B. Bad, no, I haven't.
Yep.
Wait a second.
People don't talk about him more.
Johnny
Like
B. Bad,
nowadays.
that's not Adrian Adonis.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
Mark Miro. What used to be Sable's husband,
Right.
actually. But his gimmick was he looks like Little Richard.
But he's a white. But he's a white dude.
He's a white dude, and they put a bunch of like bronzer on him to make him look black.
Right. No, I remember that.
Yeah.
I just have never seen him wrestle.
He's not bad. He's pretty good. He's fun. He's a good baby face.
Plus, you get to see his entrance with the bad blaster, and that's fun.
He has a big gun that's this long, and he gets on the turnbuckle and it shoots confetti out.
It's called the Bad Blaster.
The Bad Blaster. It's going to be a hell of a show, I tell you that.
Yeah, this is going to be fun tomorrow.
And Paul Heyman is staring daggers at Solo Sikoa there.
I think maybe it's staring daggers at AJ through Solo Sikoa.
Mm-hmm.
No?
I don't know what he's doing.
He's thinking about what he's going to have for dinner.
What is that? Yeah, I got 6 stores tomorrow.
Well, you got to work tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
work
he's gonna
Saturday.
get off early so that he can come in.
Yeah, I'm waking up early because I thought I was doing the Hamptons route instead of the route that I did today again, which
Yeah.
is, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of pointless because there's no back stock in like 3 of the stores since I put everything out today. So I'm literally just going there to like, I don't know, waste time, I guess. I don't know, like, but I'm trying to get to Yaphank by like 6:30, and then I'm waking up at like 5:15. I'll probably wake up at 5, and
Man,
then
That's so early, Dylan.
hey, what are you gonna do? You know, so because it takes 20 minutes to get there, so I'll wake up, and it takes me a little time to like move in the morning too. So I'm like,
Mhm.
now I'm starting to get close to that 30 marker. I'm like, all right, now I need 5 minutes to get out of bed, just because I don't want to get out. You kidding me? Like if by the time I finally get to bed, it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
So I'm only getting like 4 hours, roughly.
mm,
And then I work 8 to 12 sometimes, and then watch along with a podcast, and then
Mhm.
editing for 3 hours after, and uploading and promoting, and doing all that other fun stuff that everyone gets at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I go to bed and do it all over again.
You edit for 3 hours?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
I go.
that's awful.
I like last night. Last night when we finally got off, it took 20 minutes to download the video from
Mhm.
Starfield from Twitch. Then I had to download the. I had to make a thumbnail for both the pod and the Starfield gameplay. Then I had an hour and 30 to go through of Starfield to edit and
Mhm.
make sure everything looked right. So then I had to watch the whole entire thing over to make sure everything looked right. Then upload it. Realized that I uploaded the wrong version, so I had to take
Oh,
everything down, and I didn't copy all of the stuff in the description, so I had to rewrite
uh,
the whole entire
God.
description again. So finally, when I was finished, because then it takes another like 30, 40 minutes to upload on YouTube.
Yeah, it takes a while.
So finally, when all that stuff was done, then I was able to, like, I did one at a time. I was trying to do both at the same time. I was going to upload the thumbnail for the pod and tell everybody to go watch it or whatever with the link for
Mhm.
Instagram and stuff, and then make another story on top of it for the gaming one. But because it had to wait in between
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
everything, and then I was going to make clips for the game to upload on Shorts like I did for the other ones. But by the time I finished everything, it was like 12:30. I was like, okay, I'm done.
I went to bed as soon as we were done with the podcast yesterday. I was so tired.
Yeah, and then today I woke up at 5:30. I started my day. I started my first store about 6:15, and then I finished at 4.
Uh-uh.
I got up at 3:30 for some reason. I don't know. I had like couldn't go back to bed. I just had energy and got up at 3:30 today. I don't know
Yeah.
Did you
why.
take your sleeping medication?
Oh, I did not. No,
Well, then that
Well, there you
probably why.
go. That's why you're
that's
up at
probably,
3:30.
Mystery
that's
solved.
probably why. Yeah.
But yeah, no. So that way I can, because I want to come home early, just in case there's any trouble before loading, going
Mhm.
on to the stream tomorrow. So that's why I'm starting like 6 in the morning. Which, like I said, normally if it was Saturday, all the stores by me don't open till 7 in the morning. So that means I could have woke up at 6 and left the house by 6:45, drove 8 minutes to the first store, and started my day. And kind of got out of there by like 2 o'clock, 2:30. But because they want me to do the same thing I did today again tomorrow, and we have a packed schedule after all of that with Collision and everything as well. I'm just gonna wake up stupid early, get to the first store when they open, which is at 6:15, and then finish yapping and drive 20 minutes to Center Reach, then drive to another store in Center Reach, then drive 30 minutes to Medford, then drive 30 minutes to Riverhead for those two stores.
Damn, man.
And then hopefully I can get done by 2:33, because then from Riverhead to my house is only 15 minutes. So it's not that bad. So then I can just end in Riverhead. I'll grab something to eat, come home, shower, be like, hey, I'm home,
Day.
Whoa.
and
Why
then
is
we can
Judgment Day?
do our thing, and then Collision, and then after Collision is bedtime, and then I'm up Sunday, probably like 6, editing, doing all the ad videos, and then streaming. I stay busy, baby. You know
You
what I
got
mean?
a crazy schedule, man.
Yeah,
I
that's crazy,
stay
man.
busy.
That's a lot of driving in New York, man. That's I mean,
Majority of my day is driving.
I know it's not the city, but still, that's a lot of driving.
You know?
Doesn't Damien Priest look like he should be in a Hellraiser movie? Like, I would cast
I
him.
don't get this. I don't like this ending. Why?
You're telling
Why
me
bring out
you
the
didn't see this
Judgment?
coming?
Why the Judgment Day?
Because the bloodline.
That way the bloodline can pass the torch of the longest story ever told onto the Judgment Day.
There you go.
Bad guys helping the bad guys, man.
Attack AJ. So dumb.
As long as AJ got, as long as he got.
As long as AJ got it, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to quickly go through what we thought of the show. Wolf, we'll start with you and we'll end with Asa and Kay. What did you guys think of the show?
Not gonna lie, today was mid.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't like today. Um,
Shocking.
it's I was fine with Asuka coming out and then we end up getting an Io versus Asuka match, which will most likely not actually be worthwhile because Charlotte will probably come in and mess things up. I think Fastlane is looking to be Io versus Charlotte versus Asuka. The thing is, also the Judgment Day versus Brawling Brutes match was like fine, but and then I feel like they didn't do enough with Bobby and the Street Profits. It was a bit too short. I don't like the cliffhanger part. Like, I want more from these guys. Like, get to the point already. I want to see Bobby actually in action now. Bobby has not been in action for months.
You just gave up tucking in my shirt.
I don't like what they're doing with Jimmy Uso. This is getting worse and worse for Jimmy. Why are we putting him back in the bloodline? Why? Why are we negating the past 4 months? Why? Like, I hate it. And then the ending was terrible. It made no sense for the Judgment Day to attack AJ. What's it called? We already had a Judgment Day and OC feud. We don't need it again, even if it's for the titles. There's no reason for Judgment Day to be aligned with the Bloodline, even. especially since they took shots at the Bloodline earlier in the night. LA Knight versus Theory was decent. 2 at best. Actually, not even 2, like 1.5 at best
For the show?
for the show. The show sucked.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry to disappoint you. Thank God we're not writers.
Sorry, guys.
You know, we're just fans of the product. But Kay, Asa, what did you guys think of the show?
I liked it. I thought it was nice seeing some of the new talent, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory actually looked good tonight. I thought I think he has a lot of potential. Some of it's been misused here lately, and I don't know whoever is telling him to wrestle the style he's been wrestling needs to stop. But I think he has a lot of potential if he can use it properly. Uh,
Actually, I just realized something regarding the OC. Um, I'll give it the show too because, what's it called? Technically, with what happened with the OC, so you could somewhat, what's it called, connect it to Cross. Um, but because like I like what they're doing with Carrion with like even though he's losing his feuds, he's like connecting all these like it's like kind of they like whenever he fights people, he like something changes with them because now he's like now AJ is fighting with the OC, and I think Carrion did say something about like brotherhood and stuff. So like kind now, it's like as if Cross took that away from AJ. So I like that.
Wasn't that like weeks ago though that Karrion Kross and AJ had a feud?
Yes,
Like a month and a half ago or something?
yeah, but it reminded me of his one great promo that Carrion cut that was saying like with Nakamura we took his honor, with Ray we took away his patience. Like I thought that was cool. I want them to keep doing that with Carrion, and even if he loses, like he still kind of wins in a way, uh,
Mhm.
in the bigger picture. But I like that. So too, the show was still last though.
What were you saying, Asa?
So I like Charlotte and Shotzi, the women's tag match. I like seeing them win. The women's tag match was very entertaining. It was nice seeing Asuka and Io Sky feud coming out of that. I can't wait for that. Very talented ladies, both of them. Should be a heck of a feud. Um, I like the ending personally. I like seeing all the bad guys, come together to put down AJ Styles. The Smackdown, the house that AJ Styles built. I like all the baddies coming together because now what will he do? And he kind of pushed his friends aside in the OC. So are they gonna come up with him, or are they gonna kind of step to the side next week and not be with them? So we got those questions, and is AJ Styles who's he gonna go after first? Solo, Jimmy, Paul Heyman, Finn Balor, Damian Priest. Who knows? So I thought it was a very interesting ending. Could go any number of ways. I thought it was great setting up more TV. It makes me want to see the next episode. I enjoyed the show tonight. I thought it was a pretty good episode. I give it a I give it 4 bones out of 5. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I feel like the show was entertaining, but I feel like most of it was setting up things in the future than like stuff actually happening on tonight's episode. Like they did, like all the storylines was to set up like future matches rather than focusing on like the matches that were actually happening. I guess. And I'm so excited for Asuka and Io Sky. So that's like where like 1.5 of those points came from. It's just the fact that that's finally happening. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
I preferred our conversation to the actual wrestling.
They're always better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes our podcasts are better just to hang out with us and talk about random topics than the actual show
Mhm.
itself. But no, I mean, I don't know if I give it a 4 like Asa, but I'm pretty solid on a 3 as well. The women definitely showed up tonight with, of course, Io and Asuka kind of definitely teasing that feud that we've been waiting for. So maybe we do get to see that. Maybe it is something that not only is going to be happening in 2 weeks, but maybe it is a pay-per-view as well with Fastlane that is coming right around the corner. Charlotte is Charlotte. She's still a very talented lady. Having her and Shotzi in a tag match was very weird, but I did enjoy it as well. I thought it was an interesting combination. Kind of like with Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. I didn't think it would work, but it seemed to work decently enough for them. Not as well as Sonya and Chelsea, but it was still nice to see the two of them tag up against Bailey and Io. Um, I also agree with Asa. I did like seeing the bad guys take down AJ in the house that he built. And maybe we see something of the Judgment Day versus the OC. Maybe we see the OC versus the Bloodline. Maybe it becomes Solo and Jimmy as a tag team facing the Judgment Day, facing the OC going forward, since Jay is on Raw and Roman's on some island somewhere getting a tan. Hanging out with the belt, really not defending it. But all in all, I thought the show was really good. So I too would give it a 3. I'm not going to give it any higher than that, but definitely a 3 for sure. But nonetheless, that is going to do it for us here. We're going to wrap up the show now. I'm going to let Asa talk about Halloween Havoc just one more time before we get, of course, to the show tomorrow afternoon, really. And then, of course, after that, we're going to do the AEW Collision Watch Along and Starfield on Sunday. So definitely stay tuned. But Asa, take it away, buddy.
So yeah, so tomorrow, Saturday, on our YouTube channel, No Bones About Wrestling, we are watching WCW Halloween Havoc '94. So come at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon, and we're all going to meet at 4:30. We're going to wait around a couple minutes, kind of see our costumes and just talk, introduce it a little bit, and around 4:40 or so, we're going to press play. We'll do a countdown. It's on Peacock. It's on the WWE Network. So just look for it. Halloween Havoc 1994. Just have it ready. And like I said, we'll have a countdown and we'll all press play at the same time. So we're all watching it at the same time. But it's going to be great fun. We're going to have some laughs. It's a good card. There's some good matches. There's a couple stinkers. But it's going to be a good time, definitely, with Dylan, with Kay, with myself. Maybe some other guests dropping in. We'll see who shows up. But yeah, come 4:30 tomorrow. No Bones About Wrestling on YouTube. Come check us out.
Awesome. Yeah, no, maybe that Sullivan match might be the stinker that
That's
I'm
it.
not
That
so
stinker. Dave Sullivan versus Kevin Sullivan.
yeah,
Stinkeroo. It's
not the
only
one
five
I'm
and a half
looking
minutes
forward.
long though, so that's good.
All right, so maybe it might not be too bad to watch the actual full match. I might fall asleep. I'm not gonna lie to you. That might be my little quick nap of a match for the evening. But we got a whole lot, of course, to be going on with September. We got pay-per-views to do. We got game reviews. We got a whole bunch of stuff tuning in. But of course, something that we've been doing all of August, going into now September, which of course is our charities that we've been doing, especially with St. Baldrick. That is one of the ones that we've been really talking about as of lately. I know Asa was the one that was so kind enough to bring it to all of our attention about the kids with cancer. Like he said before, early in the show, we've raised about $60, so that's amazing. And thank you guys so much for all of those donations. But let's keep that going so that way we can see him shave his head. Come on, guys. Don't you want that? I want to see that. That right there is worth all the money donations. Yeah, man, get those curly locks out of here. We got to see him looking like Charlie Brown before Christmas, and that's what we're doing it for. But of course, the more important thing is that we are helping out these families that are going to be struggling with bills and horrific possible funeral costs and stuff. And that is what St. Baldrick does. St. Baldrick's an amazing foundation that helps kids with cancer have an easier time trying to find it, helping the research team out to find new ways and helping them get better medicine so that way they don't have to deal with such a tragedy like kids with cancer. I know Asa, I know myself, we've talked about it an extent as we've done this charity for weeks now since it's been able to been on this podcast. So it is something near and dear to me, and I know it is to Asa and everybody at No Bones. But on top of that, we do also encourage everybody to do the GoFundMe for Jason and his family. A member of the Flex Zone team, lost a very significant person in their friend group recently. The day on, I think it was like a week ago, Monday actually, and very young, and he, his family now is going to be missing him. Unfortunately, he took his own life. Mental health is not something to joke about here. It is something very serious, and that GoFundMe link will help out the family with all the funeral costs and stuff like that. I believe they're at 5,000 as of right now, as we speak.
Oh, awesome.
So that is very nice, very kind. So everybody that has pitched in and has been helping out, thank you. But let's keep that word of mouth, just like with St. Baldrick's running, so that way we can do everything in our power to make the world a little bit better of a place. And we have more wrestling fans to hang out with, which is always the big common ground here. But that is it. That is it for the night. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. Thank you to everybody in the chat for coming on in and hanging out with us as well. My guests, of course, thank you. And we shall see each other tomorrow, not once, but twice, baby, for 2 crazy-ass watch-alongs on 2 awesome channels. No Bones About Wrestling starting off Saturday, and then we're finishing it off right here on Last Week in Wrestling with AEW Collision. Take care, everybody. Be well, be kind, and we shall see each other tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, for Halloween Havoc. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you subscribe. Get ourselves ready. All right.